Okay, Derek here with the Closet Doctor. This is one of our production sheets, and this is one of our improvements. So years ago, we put together this sheet, and it's got a checklist of all the things that need to be completed as we go through the production process. And we stamp several of these with a visual marker till we know that it's done. So today's improvement is under material. So originally we'd go through and we would process this job. We would write down how many sheets of material we would need and the description or color of that. And then when it was ordered or when it was accounted for, we would stamp it with a star. So originally when we started this, we'd write that in there, and then we'd take this clipboard and we'd put it over here with all the other clipboards. We got a really busy week here next week, and there's 10, 12 clipboards there. So when it was time to order material, we would take the clipboard out of the rack and we would go through every job that was out there, and we would count up what we would need, and we'd call our guy and tell him we need this many white, this many purple, all the way down the line, and order that way. The problem with that is there was a lot of waste going through that. We're in and out of that all the time. So recently I said, look, when I go through this production process and I get to here, the production manager process, I don't want to touch this again until it goes to the shop floor. So what I did was I took and I still wrote it here on the color, the main sheet, and then I would also account for that over here on a color list. The first thing we did is we had a list of all the colors that we use regularly, and then we would put in, how many we would need. And at first it was just a big list and it was a mess. So I put in, weeks, and those week numbers match the week numbers on the calendar. So we've got different weeks. And so we would start accounting for it by the week. The problem with this is when I was producing this list, I wasn't sure when it would actually be installed. And so we would over order, for week 5, and we'd say, well, we'll order it, and then we might not use it till 3 weeks down the road. So we were stocking it. We had a lot of inventory. So the other day, Kevin and I were talking about this, and here's what we did. We came up with a solution. On our magnets that we've got on the board, it's got a spot for material there. So we fine-tuned that. We had the office go ahead and change that. And let's find one that we've got over here. Okay, Sliping's job. We went ahead and made that spot bigger. And the first thing we did is we had material there, and then the color. Well, then we went ahead and had them add that into the magnet when they're creating that, when the job first comes in. So we know what the color is. It's easy to read. We're not relying on handwriting. And now we have the quantity there. So as we go through this, now what we're going to do is, we know that on Wednesday, we're going to order all the material for the following week. And so what we'll do is we'll go through, and all of these have them in here, but we'll total up the material by job, and it's right there. It's all right there what we need for the week. We'll call that in on Wednesday, and they will deliver that Thursday morning. And so Thursday afternoon, Friday, we can start production on Monday's job. But it's all very visual and right there, nice and simple. It eliminates this whole list right here. As you can tell, that was nicely organized and easy to keep track of what we were doing. So it completely eliminated that. We get another clipboard in the pile and just made it simpler there. So that's our 2-second improvement this week.